Welcome to the Mancini Report. Friday mornings, your biggest show. I'm Bob Walters. He's Mark Mancini. Mark, what's up? How you doing? I'm on cloud nine today with the Rangers. Nothing can make me feel bad today. And it's my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, I missed you last week. Prayers to you, man. I know you were going through a tough time there.
Yeah.
And, I remembered that. And God bless you, man. This is the show that keeps sweeping Fridays, man. I got this thing penciled in. And then right after this, the Pittsburgh Pirate Podcast.
Every week, me and Mark, you come here, we're coast to coast. He's in L.A., I'm in New York. We do the whole thing. So now, quickly on the Rangers last night, I mean, Chris Kreider with a legendary performance. It was an all-time. The Rangers are down 3-1 going into the third period. They look dead all night. They get a 4-goal third period, a hat trick by Chris Kreider. He pulled his, he looked like Messier. He's the only player in him, Messier, and Gretzky are the only three players in Rangers history to score 3 goals in a single period in the playoffs. I mean, that you don't get better company than those two, right?
Right. No, I'll tell you, your Rangers looked pretty darn good. They came back. I thought this was going to go to a game 7. They scored, 3 games on you, jumped out you, then they came back, and I thought, oh, wow, we're going to have a game 7 in New York tomorrow night, but no game 7 tomorrow night. And now the Rangers sit back, and we'll figure out how far they can go. But, till they get that elusive prize that they haven't got since 1994, I'm not buying stock yet.
Yeah, but you know what? To me, it feels like a team of destiny. They were down 3-1 in the third period. The first 3 or 4 minutes of that third period, Carolina was all over the Rangers. I mean, they hit 3 posts. Shesterkin made some big saves. I said these two teams are even. It's just the goalie was the difference. And that was an all-time performance by Kreider, like one of the greatest in Ranger history. So.
Well, when you think of Ranger, goaltenders over the years that have been solid and stellar, you got to think of Mike Richter, John Van Beesbrook, Henrik Lundqvist. This goalie is good, but I don't think he's in that high upper echelon of those other 3 guys.
Well, not yet. He's only been there 3 years.
Yeah,
I mean, this is only his third year, and he's already got a Vezina. He's about to take the team to his second Eastern Conference finals. And everybody says that watches him, all the goalies say that he's just as good, if not better than any. He's better talent wise than Richter, and he's right up there with Lundqvist. And it kills me to say because Richter's my favorite player, but I mean, they're going to be favored whoever they go against because Boston and Florida are beating each other up here over in that other series. So we'll see,
you know what, with Boston and Florida knocking each other out over there, it could remind me of the Dallas. Vegas, you come out of there, you start to steamroll because you've been battle tested. And Boston's got 2 goalies over there that, can kind of filter back and forth. So that they might have an advantage if they can get this thing to a 7th game. Florida's been there. They were there last year in the Stanley Cup. But if Boston gets there, watch out because they can get 2 goalies that are, A1 and A2 there.
Yeah, my camera's gone out, Mark, here. So I'll be on the radio side for the rest of this thing. So now, speaking of 94, like you mentioned with the Rangers, it feels like it's a lot like 94. You got the Knicks, you got the Rangers, and what I was saying yesterday is this is going to be, and it's a weird thing to even bring up, but you know who's going to benefit from all this run is I think St. John's. Because now kids are going to see what the Garden really is, and they're going to see what it's like and why it's the Mecca and why it's the most famous arena, the world's most famous arena, and I think you're going to get better recruitments.
Well, I'll tell you one thing who's going to benefit is Highway 95 going up and down, and whoever stays in Rhode Island between the Boston-New York pipeline there, if you get the Celtics, Knicks, if you get the Bruins, Rangers, how beneficial is that? We haven't seen this in quite a while since pretty much the 70s, I think, and you'd have to go back to when the Red Sox played the Yankees.
Yeah, no, you're right, and you're right. We're going to get Boston. We could get Boston, New York, both teams. I mean, both Eastern Conference Finals. That would be wild. It would be wild. So, now the NFL schedule came out this week, a couple days ago. 6.
What the hell's the Jets on 6 times in prime time?
Jets are on 6 times because it's New York. Aaron Rodgers. That's why.
Yeah, you know what the great thing about it is? All those New Yorkers come to Pittsburgh back-to-back weeks with the Giants and Jets when you look at that schedule in late October.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. They make a big deal out of the NFL schedule. I don't. The NFL, give them credit because they know how to market. They know how to stay in the news the whole year. But people get all bad. People start going there now that I see all over online. They're picking the win, loss, win, loss, win. Yeah, it's the worst. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with the combine. I can't deal with preseason. I can't deal with training camps and any of it. I don't want any part of it. But
I will
it is a
tell
big
you,
deal. Like,
and the prognosticators are saying surprise team in the AFC and the NFC. And I kind of figured the NFC because if you follow the team, you kind of see where they're heading in the right direction with the ownership change and everything. The Skins, man, watch out. They could be a surprise. That NFC East is wild, man.
yeah, the
It
NFC East is
wild.
wide open. It's wide open, and
Yep.
it's you're right. You know what? I could see that. I could see almost that the Skins. Listen to you, the Commanders.
Yeah.
They could make a run. It's wide open. I don't think the Giants have a chance. I think the Giants. I can't deal with another year Daniel Jones. We're gonna have
Well,
to.
too many holes there. Too many holes.
Yeah.
I like Malik Neighbors. I like him, but you can't have one guy leading the the
No
whole
running back.
tribe there when you have a lot of problems. But keep your eyes on the Chargers, man, in the AFC. Harbaugh's won in the NFL. He's won in college. Keep your eyes on the Chargers, man.
He's one of the best football coaches in America, and he's you're right, like you said, he wins everywhere he goes. They have I think a top 5 quarterback at the Chargers, and they will be a surprise. Now there's also 5 international games in 3 separate countries. I hate it. I think it's stupid. Why? It's a money grab, obviously, but why do they keep doing it? Are they going to really put a division overseas?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, you got to be in an uproar because you keep losing home games all the time. But now they're using the Jaguars as a road team in one of these games going over there. But here's the problem I have. Green Bay and Philadelphia, the first game of the year, whoever has the home game on that is totally getting screwed for the fan base in their city because now they don't even get to see that team, whether you're in Green Bay or Philly. So
Yeah, they
if you're
lose
going to
a game.
start doing if you're going to start doing these games, just bring the preseason games over there. That's all. Don't bring regular season games that mean something and you're taking away from the fan support that's supporting your team.
The Giants have one. The Giants have one in Germany, I believe.
Carolina.
Yep. And like it's not. I'm sure. I haven't looked, but I can almost guarantee you it's not a Giants home game that they're going to lose. The Giants will not. They won't take a home game from the Giants. They're going to take a home game from Carolina. Is what they're going to do.
Right. That'll be the big thing there. That's the thing that you got to really look at.
And like you said, Jacksonville loses a game every year.
Yeah, you're screwed. So, I mean, it depending on whether it's a division game or an outside game. If I'm living in a city and like Tampa Bay's been to Buffalo, I think 2 times in the last since their inception of '76. If Tampa Bay played Buffalo over there and that was a home game for Buffalo, I'd be in an uproar because I don't even get to see Tampa Bay. This is almost like a leap year for a birthday.
I know it sucks, and it sucks for the season ticket holders because that they bang them somewhere else for the money because the NFL is just so greedy, charging these outrageous the same price for a preseason game that they do for a regular season game. And I get it, they cut it down to 2 preseason games, but I mean, come on, let's be real here. Let's it's not preseason football is one of the worst products in all of sports.
Well, not only that, how about the baseball teams that have 7 hats too and all that? I mean,
we were just talking about the City Connect jerseys. You said you liked them.
Yeah.
You said
I
you
like
liked them.
some of them. Some of them are a little bizarre.
Some of them are bizarre.
The Padres look like something out of a kindergarten class where they used every color in the place. So, I mean, I don't know. Some of them look good. The South Side, the White Sox look nice. The Pirates, there's some out there. I like the New York Met one. Kind of like
my wife likes the Mets one. My wife likes the Mets one.
Yeah.
I like it. We got the birthday girl coming out here now. So if you hear any screaming, that's the birthday girl. She's out.
You gonna get on TV?
Yeah, she's gonna get on TV. She's gonna get on in a couple minutes when I say goodbye. She's gonna come on. Back to baseball. But listen, is it over for me and you with baseball? Right? Pirates, Mets.
No.
The Mets are a disaster.
No, I'm excited, man. The Pirates beat the Cubs last night. They're in a stretch where they're getting better. Paul Skeens is going today, the phenom.
Yeah, he's looked good, right?
He's unbelievable. Yeah, he's throwing today. So I like our chances. The National League Central's wide open. The big thing out here is Ohtani had a bobblehead night, and people were lined up, like at 3:00 in the afternoon to get in the stadium. I mean, are you kidding me, man?
Let me guess. Well, they only they probably because they did what the first 25,000 or something. They didn't give it to everybody, right?
This
I hate
guy's
when they
always
do
in the
that.
news. I'm waiting for somebody to say now he's lost $70 million. It's gone
Yeah,
from
well,
4 to 6 to 41. Somebody's taking a fall.
yeah, oh yeah.
You
Listen,
know,
he's a big, and he's a good player. He's a great player. But you're right,
yeah.
and
He's no
it's
Barry
just
Bonds.
it left a
He's
bad
no
taste in your
Barry
mouth. He
Bonds.
said like so unlikable. He doesn't talk really to the media. He's so unlikable. He's the most unlikable person ever. But as far as the Mets go, I have you have more confidence in the Pirates than I do in the Mets because the Mets are a disaster. They Diaz looks terrible. He blew another save last night. Luckily, they somehow came back and won. I didn't see it, but because I was wrapped up in something else a little more important. But I mean, it was it was it was another blown save. I was at the game the other night against the Phillies where they went into the ninth inning with a 2-run lead. They have the whole light show. Diaz comes out and he blows a two-run lead.
Yeah, Alex Bohm hit the shot. Is that the one
First
you
batter.
went to?
Yeah, I was at the game. At first batter, home run. Next, it was a disaster. And there was some blown calls in that, but it was terrible. The Mets are terrible. I'm so upset because now I'm going to have to pay attention to the NFL because that's all I'm going to have is the NFL.
Hey, I'm good, but I go back and forth with Steve Cohen, man. I got to kind of, help out the Mets here a little bit.
Here
Even
is
there,
the birthday
look
girl.
at that! Wow.
Say hello.
Look at
Say hello, baby
on
girl.
TV. She's gonna take your job.
You know what I said, Mark? I said when you look back, when I look back in like 20, 25 years, and I look at her and I say, oh, I always just see my little baby.
Yeah.
This is the age that I'm talking about.
Hey, let me tell you something real quick, man. 62. I'll be 63 in November. I'm in a Starbucks and this Korean lady's looking at me and, she's giving me the Google eye. She must have been about 24. And I said, wow, I still got it. I don't know if I still got it or maybe the cologne I was using.
Mark, when you make up stories, don't always use Starbucks the way you run into people. Do you live in Starbucks or what's the deal?
Hey, the coffee's gone up over there, man.
Oh, the
It's kind
coffee's
of like,
listen, they have good coffee, but I'm not paying $6. And I take pride in the fact that I don't know how to order at Starbucks. Like I don't know how to order. I say large, I say medium.
Just get the blonde roast. Tell them to put the cream and sugar in and move on. But it's kind of like a scenery. It's kind of like it's
Mark,
unbelievable.
You're in there checking out girls in their 20s. You're ordering blondes. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, it's a blonde roast.
I got my daughter here. Come on, what are we doing? So Mark, listen, technical difficulties today for me, but you were on point as always.
That's okay.
The big deal here, the big deal for me, Knicks, Rangers, Knicks tonight, game 6 against the Pacers. Does it go 7? Do the Knicks close it out tonight? Who you got?
I like the Knicks.
Yeah.
I like the Knicks to close it out and, more Spike Lee on the sidelines
Boston,
with the over-exuberant glasses he wears. I mean, unbelievable. Dude looks like Pee Wee Herman, God rest his soul.
Did you see Stephon Marbury and John Starks look like the AAU dads of the...
I didn't see Charles Oakley because him and Dolan got a pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, Charles Oakley's not welcome. All right, so every Friday we're here. Mark Mancini is his name, XM Radio. You can find him on a million different podcasts. I could sit here for 20 minutes and name all the podcasts. Mark, we'll talk to you next week. When do you turn?
I love you, man. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to your wife. Happy birthday to this show. Everybody. I love this thing. I can't wait till next week, my friend.
My man.
Hey, let me ask you, tell you something. Tell all these viewers, it's kind of like your first beer. You swig it around like mouthwash. Spit it out. You get accustomed to it. We're in a quiet.
It's like your first cigarette. It's like your first birthday. She doesn't know it's her birthday, but she's gonna be getting presents all day. Mark Mancini is his name. Mark, thanks for joining us.